Welcome everyone to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for April 12th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, so today we have the moon shifting into Gemini in this early phase of the lunar cycle. So it's been a time of spiritual development with the sun in Pisces. This whole lunar cycle being about Pisces, that awareness of our true essence in life, connecting to that presence and the divine process, the acceptance of within and without. And that can create that tremendous peace, which has been available with the sun here. There's been a tremendous amount of freedom available with that acceptance as well. Now, the moon in Gemini is going to place an emphasis on this Mercury in Aries, suggesting the fact that it's been a very active and direct time, perhaps for our minds, perhaps with our communications, perhaps in exchanging with others, right? A lot of this fiery sort of passion and tension, directness, independent thinking. And I say that because the depositor of the moon today is that Mercury, because the moon's shifting into Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. So here, I think naturally we'll start to think probably a little bit more in terms of wanting to get a bit adaptive, a bit mutable, mix things up a little bit. This is an air sign, and it is about trying new things, treating life as a learning process, wanting a bit of that, again, maybe sharing of ideas, learning, reading, writing can be excellent during this. But all in all, one thing about Gemini too is accessing the fact that life can be a little bit playful and lighthearted when we are seeing things from a learning perspective. So approaching life from that perspective in terms of wanting to learn through experience or just wanting to be open to learning in general can help that energy lighten up a little bit, right? And that's what Gemini shows us, and it also shows us too in many ways that our inner reality is a reflection of our outer reality in this mutable sign. And that's where Pisces is too, in a mutable sign as well. This is the two fish. This is the twins, where we can see the external mirrored from the internal, right? So our minds, basically, the meaning we place on things determines our experiences. So perhaps having that extra attention on the mind today, in terms of what meaning are we placing on our experiences, what meaning are we placing on our life, and how that does determine the process of it, right? But of course, the actual flow, the actual ocean of life is beyond our immediate control. And so accepting that in terms of us not knowing exactly how it's unfolding specifically in terms of the future outcomes and being present with it is what this whole lunar cycle is about. So within that context, we do have some important aspects here today. Mercury is sextiling up to Neptune, supporting the fact that our minds could be quite wandering, quite imaginative. Could be a strong imagination today. Our minds can be very receptive to new ideas, right? Thinking of new possibilities. Maybe the routine could be quite easygoing as well. And even though there's that directness with Mercury and Aries, there can be a bit of that openness, which can really go a long ways. In fact, it is a very insightful week. And I feel like allowing the mind to wander a little bit today can help those insights come in. Now, on the other side of it, this is another important aspect. Venus trining up to Mars today, a very nice aspect. It's a support between the feminine aspect of self and the masculine aspect of self, particularly in the interpersonal relationship side of things. Because these inner planets are about interpersonal relationships. So in terms of relationships, there could be a bit of passion today, maybe a bit of active connections, actively connecting with others, independent, yet willing to have mutual receptivity, mutual understanding, which is great, right? The yin-yang, masculine, feminine energy combining. And even having a good sense of intention with what we value on a non-interpersonal level. This is perhaps being very direct with what we value in life, internally. And again, having this bit more of tactfulness in our approach to whatever it is we're achieving or striving for here today. So two very nice aspects in the astrology. Again, insightful week. And today in particular, allowing that mind to wander a little bit could bring in some new insights. And also a bit of this interpersonal passion, directness, intention, yet mutuality can be very supportive here today, very passionate in those relationships. and in our personal lives, being very direct about who and what we value. So that's the aspects. And then again, the backdrop, spirituality, being present, having the awareness of the true spiritual self and the freedom that that brings, with the sun still very close to Uranus, still very direct with those ideas and communications. And again, I feel like that's going to be emphasized with the moon in Gemini, being open to learning about how we use our minds and how we can learn through our life experiences. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.